Hello, what's going on, everyone? I know it's been a minute. It's been a while since you guys seen my face. The background, I mean, it's a mess or whatnot. But because I'm always moving shit or doing something. This is literally my workspace. Like, oh boy, it's just such a mess. I still have to build this. Yes, I still got to build this. Get the autofocus for me. No? Okay, fuck it. Whatever. Maybe it's just stuck on manual focus. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that because I had to explain that story behind that. So that's besides the point. So what have I been up to? What's going on? Like, where have I been? It's now the end of the year. It is now December 31st, 2021. What has the Silverback Senpai been up to? Why hasn't he been putting out any kind of content on any of his platforms? Yeah, we still see me, share a couple of things here and there on Facebook every now and then, but there hasn't been any content of just me. There hasn't been any streams of me. There hasn't, like, have I been gaming? I mean, I've been gaming very less lately. Not too long ago, I finally finished Tales of Arise, a JRPG, beautiful JRPG, I might add, and I highly recommend you buy it, you play it, and you just have a really good time with it. The story's really good, but besides the point, where have I been? What I've been up to? For those who have been following me from the very beginning up until now, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around and sticking by. I greatly appreciate you, the viewer, the people that are supporting, that donate. I greatly appreciate you guys. I have not forgotten about you guys, especially the guys that would come in for our Tekken 7 casual sessions and whatnot. I have not forgotten. I have not forgotten about you guys. I have not, and things have been changing for me lately. Like, a lot of opportunity started to come my way, and I just jumped on it and took advantage of it. And I knew that by doing so, I am sacrificing some other things, and I believe one of the things I was sacrificing was the time that I would put into streaming, creating content for you guys to consume, and of course keep up to date with everything that that's going on with me. There have been attempts of me trying to get back into streaming, and that just completely falls apart because there's something going on that needs my attention, and I just act on it and be like, all right, let me go ahead and take care of this, handle this, and then it ends up becoming more of a bigger thing, and then of course another opportunity arises, and now I'm sucked into that, and yeah, it's just it's yeah. For those who've been around, 2021, I would say I was still streaming very consistently, and then I would say around the summertime, especially with things going on in the pandemic and places, opening up. State of Florida completely open, and there was opportunity for me to grow in certain places. So, I took advantage of that. And, any opportunity that you can take to excel and to grow, take it. Even if it's gonna come with some sacrifices along the way, I mean, it is what it is. It's bound to happen. But if it's gonna put you in a much better position in life, by all means, go for it. Do not just sit back and wait and be like, nah, I'm good. I think I'm okay. If there's an opportunity for you to be at a much higher level than what you currently are right now, take it. Take the opportunity for better or for worse, because sometimes opportunities don't come by a second time. Like, once you see it there, it's just like, do I take it? Do I not take it? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna jump on this. So this year, I ended up becoming the tournament organizer of Flynn's Arcade. You guys that have followed me for the longest know that I talk about the arcade a lot. Some of you guys also do follow Flynn's Arcade on social media as well. And of course, you guys see me, doing stuff for them and growing the local scene here in South Florida. We have a very strong Super Smash Brothers Ultimate scene down here. Guilty Gear Strive is really good. As for the other games, like Tekken is dead. Mortal Kombat, dead. Street Fighter, dead. Some of the anime fighters, it's usually hit or miss. So my focus is on just building the community, seeing what the community wants, and being there to be able to provide what they want. And then, of course, bring in new people into the scene that is skeptical about the scene or just has, they're, second guessing. Do I, get to this scene now? Because it's very competitive. And, man, like, my journey as a tournament organizer has just been amazing. It's been phenomenal. I mean, there are some days where I'm just like, like I just have that, just like, like you just let that be like, oh my god. But it happens. It comes with the territory, and I don't. I don't hate it at all. Like, I still love every minute of it, for better or for worse. And all it is to me is just, hey, it's just, if I'm struggling with this, but I'm still enjoying myself, then I already know that it's going to get better in the long run because I'm still new to this thing. I'm still learning. And the learning process, the growth, learning, and then of course meeting people within the community, especially here in South Florida, has just been an amazing experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. Maybe, but overall, it's just been fun. I've loved being a TO, and I even put out a video. I would say months ago. I think months ago about my experience as a TO, and still to this day I still do it free of charge, especially at Flynn's Arcade. I don't take a dime out of anything. If anything, I put more into it and just helping the scene grow and become bigger and better than where what it currently is, and just ushering in a new era of fighting game players, especially here in the South Florida scene. So I've been very heavily focused on that, growing that, being a part of it, and which also takes away time from me creating content, building my streaming platform. I noticed that on my Facebook, I have lost a good chunk of followers. Like, I was close to 1,230, and I think I now sit at 1,203, which, hey, it happens. I already know, like, if you're not putting out content very consistently, eventually your follower count's gonna drop back. It's gonna drop, and it's gonna continue to drop unless you find ways to stay active and, of course, consistent by putting out content, by getting people consumed in the content and keeping them on the platform more and more and more and more and more. So, that being said, I mean, my journey as a TO has been awesome. It's been great. And with 2022, literally the next day, I cannot wait to see what the new year is going to bring. I am excited because that means more opportunity that's going to potentially go my way if I continue to keep at the pace where I am going. And y'all already know, around early December, I finally attended CEO and literally had the best time of my life. Like, bro, CEO was so legit. And I was like, I knew about CEO. I've always wanted to go to CEO, but I just never took the opportunity to make the time to plan it out and then go. This year, I said, if they're having CEO this year, I am 100% going. I'm going to find a way to get there. And damn it, I did, and had an amazing time. My co-host of South Florida Gamers podcast, Waluigi, he was there with me, and we had a good time. It was his first time. It was my first time, and it was a blast. Like, CEOs, like, if you're into fighting games, you need to attend a major, especially a major like CEO, because it's just a unique experience that you're not going to have going to your typical or your usual local tournament scene. You're not going to get that same feeling. I mean, granted, yeah, you are going to find people that have the same interests as you. You are going to find people that play different fighters than you do, but you can sit down with them, grab a controller, be like, hey, you mind if I play and whatnot, and you just go from there. Like, there's so many people that I've met just playing casuals and friendlies with people at CEO. I wish I got their names and got to know them a little bit more. But it was my first time. I would think that when I do go again next year, which is going to be in June, it's going to be in Daytona. I don't know why. I understand why, but Orlando was so much better. Like, all the food places were literally a walk's distance. Daytona's kind of racist. I'm just saying. It's kind of racist, but hey, we're going to be there because, bigger space. That means more people. Cool. But CEO, man, was definitely an experience as a fighting game player. Like, I told myself this year, like, before I went to CEO, that I'm not going to be, competing in fighting games anymore. I think I'm going to just do more stuff for the fighting game community rather than just competing. Just, help run tournaments, help grow the scene in different ways. And yeah, about that. I think I'm going to stay as a competitor because I ain't going to front. Playing offline with people that you don't know, they come from a different walk of life. It's an amazing, unique experience. Like, online, yeah, you can do that with online, but offline, in person, next to them, side by side, it's a completely unique experience that you have to experience if you are a competitive fighting game player and you want to compete at a major tournament. So there's that. So there's my experience with me being a TO, me going to CEO. Now, the fun stuff. What am I going to be doing for the year of 2022? Well, I am still going to be running and hosting tournaments at Flynn's Arcade. That has not changed. And if anything, we're going to go a little bit harder than what we did this year into next year. But I can stream, and I'm going to focus my streaming days on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday nights. Not every Friday night because we will run one or two tournaments a month on the day of Friday. So it's gonna be like a monthly tournament for our Friday night tournaments because we're gonna start using Friday nights for other things at Flynn's to appeal to other communities or grow other communities. That would be a great benefit to Flynn's and, of course, bring more of the community together. So I will be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And, of course, I'm going to go with the same usual format, 2 hours. If I have a day off the next day, then, okay, I'll stream a little bit longer. I think I'm going to be streaming mostly fighters for the most part. I know King of Fighters is coming up in February. I'm definitely going to be on that game. I've already pre-ordered it. I'm good to go. And when it comes to like single player games like JRPGs or action RPGs, I think I'll just play those on offline because I don't want to have gameplay where I'm just sitting and just, learning and observing the game, learning about the universe. I don't think that's kind of entertaining, but for some people it is. I'd rather just let it just be like a fighting game where I'm competing against someone and you guys get to see me animated, you guys get to see me rage and all that good stuff. As for shooters, I think I'm going to be done with shooters, to be honest with you guys. Like, I have Battlefield 2042, and I was so hyped for that game, and that game ended up becoming a big letdown for me. Like, I would say after, 2 sessions, I'm like, okay, I don't want to play this game anymore. I think I'm done. And in the past, I would be playing Battlefield games for hours on end. It's just Battlefield 2042... It's a Battlefield game, but it just does not feel like a Battlefield game. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just where I currently stand with it. I was thinking about getting back into Destiny 2, but that's a game where it requires you to put in mad hours, especially if you want to get some high-end loot. I don't think I'm going to go through that again. Apex Legends, I think I'm completely burned out. I think Season 11, where it's at right now, I think that's going to be my last season, and then I'm just going to be, done with Apex. Okay, they're gonna have a new character. I think I'm done. I've had enough, and I want to move on to other games. And I definitely gonna be focusing more on fighting games. So I'm excited for that. So expect streams from me on those days. Mondays, of course, I would stream, but Mondays I do like stuff for the arcade, and then of course it also gives me time to make and create content, so that way I have something that I could push out there for you guys to consume whenever I'm not streaming. Same thing with Tuesdays too, unless I attend a monthly tournament or I attend Tuesday Night Casuals, which is a every week thing that we have at Flynn's Arcade, where everyone and anyone can bring in whatever setup that they want, and they can play whatever fighting game that they want, whether it's on the Super Nintendo, whether it's on the Xbox Series X or the PC. Hey, if you got a fighting game that you would like to share with everyone, and have people jump on and play, by all means, come out to Flynn's and have a good time with it. It's a really good time because you see everyone just playing different types of fighters and just sitting there and grinding it out, and building a connection with the community locally. So that's why I won't be streaming on Tuesdays and Mondays. So I won't be streaming on those days. And of course, Saturday and Sunday, I'm running tournaments. And you already know Sunday in the morning time, I have the podcast, which best believe I'm going to have more guests next year. And will I have returning guests? Yes, I will have returning guests, but it'll be more so for like group episodes. I'll have guests come back for group episodes because I feel like that'll add more variety to what myself and Waluigi are already accustomed to, so people can have have something new and different to consume while they're being entertained by the podcast. So that's another thing that I'm going to be focusing on. I know I'm like talking all over the place and whatnot. I tend to do that because I think and I talk, and that happens. But overall, that's it. Literally. That's it. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. I don't want to make this like a 30-minute video, but it's just letting you guys know what I've been up to, what I'm going to be doing coming into the New Year's. As I already said, I'm going to be streaming on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Those are my projected days for me to stream. And then, of course, not every Friday I will be streaming because there's going to be 1 month out of that Friday where I'll be running a tournament. And then, of course, for Tuesdays, possibly the same thing, but we'll see. The future is unpredictable. Things can change, and you just have to adapt and overcome, and stay on the course. Keep going forward. So, anyway, guys, y'all let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts, and yeah, it's good to hear from you guys, and of course, it's good to see you guys, and I hope to see you guys again in 2022. When I start back and get it back into streaming. And also, I'll also get back into creating anime review content because I actually missed that as well. So you guys will be in a treat for 2022. And yeah, I think I covered everything that I needed to say. And it is like almost 2 a.m. So I need to go to bed because I feel the sleep coming on to me. So y'all have a good night. Y'all have a happy new year. And I will see you guys on the next video.